Alright guys, so hope you're all doing well. The only explanation I can really give for the past couple weeks of a lack of video is that nothing has gone on. It's been extremely boring. It's basically just getting used to the new job. So, I mean, as of right now, it is the 17th of March, and the last 2 weeks have been nothing. So, I've tried taking the camera with me on a couple road trips. One of them was about an hour north. The other one was maybe a half hour north. Beautiful areas. If you ever visit Wisconsin and you want kind of that mix of a good village, yet kind of upper class village, Elkhart, Wisconsin is a beautiful place. Not right now because everything's kind of dead, getting out of winter, but beautiful place. If you ever get a chance, highly recommend it. But anyway, moving on past that, there's something about credit cards that I don't really understand. But basically, if you don't use them, you're seen as a liability, and they kind of just dissolve themselves over time, and it kind of affects your credit because you don't want as many credit cards as you want. That's a bad statement. You want enough to where it looks good on your credit. If you don't, they kind of dissolve and it kind of looks negative on there, like you can't really keep a bunch of them. Me, on the other hand, I don't really like using them. So I got one credit card that I haven't used in a long time, and I wanted to keep the balance of it high while also using it, but not using it to where I can't actually keep up with the payments there anymore. So went out this weekend, bit the bullet, got a 2DS. Love the thing so far. So I'm going to go into a small review about that, and then I'm going to talk about some tabletop gaming. So here we go. Alright, and here is the new 2DS. I was almost going to say 3DS. No, this is a 2DS XL. They had this one next to the orange and white one, and I really love the orange and white one a lot more than the black and teal, or aqua, whatever color you want to call this. But white gets extremely dirty pretty quick. So I decided to go in with the conservative route and just get the black and teal. Size comparison, this is the 3DS that I currently use. Obviously, it's the XL, so it's going to be a little bigger. I am liking it so far. I've been playing around with it for a day now, and just to give you show you some of the options on it, you got your two buttons on either side, charger up on top, then on the bottom. This slot is actually for, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, so this actually pops out. Hey, I got it with one hand. There is two slots, or there are two slots. This one is for the game, and there's a little tiny slot right there, and that's for the micro SD card. It comes with a 4 gigabyte. You have the audio connector right here. You have I'm not a huge fan of this, but this is the stylus, but it's not an extendable one. It's a very short, see if I can bring it out here, very short stylus compared to the actual system itself. It's really small, but stay over there. So power button, you got two lights. Well, you got the power button, and then you got one for charger and one for Wi-Fi. So overall, really love the system. I feel, let's see if I can open it with one hand. I feel, obviously, the processor is definitely going to be better. So the processor is definitely going to be better. You can see I'm working on the computer right here, and then I got Stardew going in the background. Obviously, processor is going to be a lot better than what it was in 3DS. Just because it's newer, it's going to be better. Love the feel of it. It's more fluid. It feels good in your hands. It's not bulky. It's maybe a same size, if not actually thinner than probably about the same size, maybe even a little bigger. But it just feels more comfortable, and that's what I really like. Like I said, the system itself actually is very fluid. Love it. Is it worth the money? I think so. I'm kind of bummed that Nintendo's not going to be, or Game Freak's not going to be putting any more Pokemon games on it. I think they could have done at least one more series on it before calling it quits and moving on to the Switch. But the Switch is the way Nintendo wants to go, so that's the way Game Freak is going to go. But yeah, absolutely love the console. highly recommend getting one. If you're in the market for a newer handheld other than a Switch, but you don't want to pay the $300 for it, recommend this one. So there you go. Alright, so now that the review is done on the 2DS, I keep mentally wanting to say 3DS. Hopefully I get over that. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about in this video had to do more with tabletop gaming. For the most part, it seems like when people get an idea of what gaming or what tabletop gaming is with board games, they usually think of the more common board games, and for good reason. Those games are well loved and well played by millions of people for good reason. I mean, they're classics. So when people think of board games, they think of the classics: Monopoly, The Game of Life, Scrabble, Yahtzee, you name it. There are different types of board games that I think people should really try to get into, or at least play once or twice just to get the gist of it. And one game that really strikes me as a really good competitive yet group fun game to play is Dead of Winter. Alright, so Dead of Winter, I'm not actually going to show you all the pictures from here. I'm not going to go through a review like I did with Flux or with the 3DS or with the Switch. I'm going to show you, did I say 3DS? I meant 2DS. Anyway, I'm going to show you the pictures on the computer, and I'm just going to fill you in right now. So here we go. So Dead of Winter is a post-apocalyptic zombie apocalypse game. You are in control of a group of survivors while also working with everybody else playing the game to try and get through missions and different goals each round. You have rounds and you have moral. If either one of those gets down to 0, you lose. It's an extremely fun game, yet extremely annoying to the fact that a lot of it is based on luck. You could lose people from your group as you're playing the game. If they get bit or if they get infected, they could die off, which could kill you even sooner. Another cool aspect of the game is that while you're also playing against the goals and you're trying to complete the goals by getting food and going to different locations, you also have the chance of a secret mission, which has you doing another goal on top of everything else without anyone else knowing. So each person is going to have his own specific goal. One person could have a goal that disrupts everyone else and screws everyone over royally. You may not get it, you may get it. It depends on how many people are playing the game and how many of those secret cards you put into it. But overall, the game is fantastic. I find it challenging, yes, but I keep wanting to play it over and over again just to see how I do this time compared to last time. In one game, I was down after just 2 rounds because I just had really bad roll. In another game, I got really far into it, and I had a girl that I took. I want to say she was a carpenter. I could be mistaken, but I think she was a carpenter. And I ended up taking her to different locations in the game because you have the one big board where the colony is, but then you have individual other boards that you could take your players to. And I ended up taking her to other boards or other locations and powering her up. She had more knowledge, she also had more weapons, and it was just really fun to play. So there is a vast array of different ways to play the game, as well as just having a whole lot of fun, and it's a very different game. If you're into the whole zombie apocalypse thing, like Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead, or any kind of zombie game or movie or whatever, I highly recommend this game to play, especially if you have a bunch of friends who are into it as well. They're going to love the game. This game is a little pricier on the $60 side of things, but it's well worth it. Alright, so that's going to do it for this week's video, or the past couple weeks' video. I'm going to be working on stuff around the house to try and give myself more ideas for videos. If you have any ideas for videos or things that you want me to talk about, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below and I will read them over and get to it. Otherwise, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. I hope you liked it. If you have any critiques, let me know. Anything to help me do the channel justice, or well, or good, whatever the word is. But I hope you all have a good day. I will see you later. Take care and bye.